we value whether or not we've been successful in learning. We need to justify every moment in time, step by step. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, as a protege, I wanted to justify whether or not had I learned, had I gained any skills that could measure up to the curriculum of Toastmasters. So some time ago, I started measuring everything that I do. I would write down the processes and then I would marry that up to a mentor. And each section of my journey, I would sit down with a mentor. Now, my mentor was Vicky Wilson, who's been guiding me over the last 2 years. And I started looking at how do I justify whether or not I've learned anything or whether or not I can change the way that I deliver something. And Vicky said to me, well, let's just take one step at a time. And so that's exactly what I've done. As a protege, I said, I'm only going to take one step. I'm going to take the evaluations from what people give me, and I'm just going to address one step to make a change. One of the first steps I decided to address was something that was shared from an evaluator from here at Druitt Koori. Because it was identified after many years and no one had recognised that I like to play with my top when I get nervous. First step, as a protege, find other more resourceful things to do with my hands. And then I would save the heads of my tops. I have about 4 or 5 tops that all the heads are coming down in that one spot. You can see this one is not. So as a protege, I only wanted to address just that one step. Nothing else about my presentations. It was just that one nervous twitch that I had to not play with my tops. I was successful. I was really celebrating, and I went out and bought myself a new top just to show how excited I was. Not that I ever really am a pink person, but I did buy a top that was pink. So then I sat down with my mentor and I decided that there was another thing that I needed to address. As a protege, I wanted to learn how do I make sure my speeches are effective, or more importantly, that some of my speeches had this great call to order at the end or during the presentation. I started working on some dynamics on how I could make that happen. But then I started to realise they were all my call to orders and maybe not have been relevant to some of the audiences that I was speaking in front of. Sitting down with my mentor, I started to ask about how do I do that? How do I make sure that my call to order, or that moment, that aha moment, that you want people to take away in remembrance of your presentation? I started to do a lot more research. Researching an idea so that you have the idea of what your speech is going to be about. One of my speeches was about tombstones. I wanted it to be scary, so I wanted to make a speech about a graveyard. But the more I researched about graveyards, I started unpacking all these wonderful tools that it takes to make a tombstone. Do you know what an incredible skill it is for an artist to craft a tombstone? So at the end of my speech that was supposed to be scary, I actually celebrated a call to order about the skills that a stonemason has, and about how we shouldn't feel scared in a graveyard, but we should celebrate the art that's on display. This was a great call to order because I was able to leave a lasting memory, not only with myself, but with other people in the audience, to say that they'll never walk into a graveyard again without feeling confident. It worked. It was successful. Afterwards, the evaluator came up to me and they said, it was an incredible presentation. I wanted to make sure that this was something that I needed to celebrate with my mentor. In my next step of my journey, I wanted to make sure that I could improve some of the language in my speeches, to make sure I was using high volume words that could make different meanings. I haven't quite got to that step yet. It's still a work in progress. So as a protege, we grow every time. But my relationship with my mentor is positive, engaging, and I'm going to meet with my mentor tomorrow to address that next step. As a protege, we grow every step we take. We need to engage in a relationship that's positive and rewarding. Try not to measure too much. Just take one step at a time. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.